Good evening, everybody. It is me, George, H5 Forecast, guys. Welcome back to the video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful Thursday afternoon, guys, or evening. And again, most of you guys already know that I'm on my Christmas break, and I'm be going to Miami. I'll be a couple questions, and yes, I'm actually be posting when I go to Miami. I'm just gonna bring my other laptop I used to post on, and then I'm actually planning on having an exciting video on a first-person view of me driving through the major tropical storm like storms, but I'm still gotta think about that. But yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. It really means a lot when you guys support my channel. We'll be getting a ton of new supporters within the past couple of days. And in this video, as you can tell, we're going to be talking about a major winter storm or blizzard that is very likely after Christmas that can cause huge issues with traveling back to people who are going back to their house or anything. But this is going to bring a major amount of snowfall. This is going to be a huge snowstorm. So it's definitely something we have to talk about. Some people have mentioned it, some others, but yeah, I just want to bring this up so people can have a bit of idea what's to happen after Christmas as well. Because we were talking about before Christmas in the past video 2 hours ago, and now we're going to be talking about after Christmas. And then as we get closer into Christmas, obviously I'll do Christmas forecast. But yeah, without further ado, let's get in this video. So this is now Friday the 27th in December, of course. But as we now get into later into Friday, this is next Friday, of course, we're going to be seeing a huge amount of snowfall throughout these areas into the western United States. So again, it is going to start out here like usual and then kind of dip down like that, and just like that's like the normal pattern we've been seeing. We saw the exact same thing last year. Again, we're be seeing blizzard conditions throughout California. We're gonna start to see some snow throughout big areas near Lake Tahoe, also near Yosemite, and see a good amount of snow falling near Oregon as well. As we now get into Friday night, there's snowfall becomes a lot more widespread now, getting to Yosemite, Carson City, Reno. Much of Nevada is gonna get a lot of snow, and then into Oregon and in Washington areas right there, and into Central Oregon. By Saturday though, this one becomes a bit of a threat coming down to the southwest, gonna bring some snow very close to Las Vegas and Summerlin. Again, we're also going to be seeing blizzard conditions for Flagstaff and Prescott, Arizona. Again, those highest elevations in Georgia. Let me actually just get this out really quick. Yeah, so maybe we might even see some snow not far off in the Fort Corner monument. And then as we get into now Saturday night and Sunday morning. On Sunday morning, this is when it's at its biggest again. Gonna bring blizzard conditions throughout Nebraska, Kansas, and Wyoming. Casper, Wyoming, gonna be incredibly heavy snow. Maybe some snow out here again throughout the Four Corner states. So it's like we can have a ton of snow. Not Casper, sorry, not Casper at all. That's not Wyoming. Oh my gosh, I'm so confused. I thought that was Wyoming for a second. Denver, Colorado. Not okay, guys. I actually thought that was Wyoming for a second. And then as we get into Sunday, this went a lot bigger. Gonna bring blizzard conditions throughout Omaha and Lincoln, Nebraska. Gonna bring in blizzard conditions throughout much of Nebraska, Colorado, and northwestern Kansas. Gonna bring some lighter snow behind for Cheyenne, Denver, and Colorado Springs, and maybe get some snow near Iowa City, near all the way to Fargo, Sioux Falls. Again, this doesn't go all the way. This does not go all the way through the snowstorm, but by the end, this is just a monster snowstorm. As you can tell, just look at the size of this. This kind of reminds me of kind of Bessie at the same time. Because Bessie kind of looked like this, but also not as bad. But yeah, this will be blizzard conditions offered for Des Moines. Gonna get some very heavy snow throughout Rochester, very possible, or yeah, not Rochester, sorry, I did not mean to say Rochester. Close to Minneapolis, so I'm just so used to seeing Rochester over here. Gonna see blizzard conditions again for Omaha, Nebraska. We're gonna be seeing blizzard conditions. This is gonna bring incredibly heavy snowfall. Still gonna continue to bring some snow to South Dakota, also not far from Denver. Still gonna hang on, bringing some snowfall throughout northwestern Kansas, but by tomorrow, we'll have a lot more into the radar, of course. Now we're gonna be looking at the new 4:30 update. Fully updated. So again, by Thursday, this is the day after Christmas. Again, we are going to be seeing this incredibly heavy snowfall throughout Sierras. Again, we're also going to be seeing some incredibly heavy rain for Seattle and Portland and even Eugene. But we're going to see this incredibly heavy snow throughout this little strip of land in the higher elevations. And then we can even be seeing blizzard conditions throughout the California, not far from California coast. As we now get into Friday, this is when it gets a lot worse. Again, it can be a lot more widespread into Idaho, starting to get that incredibly heavy snow throughout Lake Tahoe, and much of eastern California. We'll be seeing blizzard conditions very likely. We have two bands. We have one into the closer into the to the eastern part of the Sierras, and then we have the other strip right here that's going to bring a smaller amount throughout the eastern, or sorry, the western part of the Sierras. As we now get into Saturday, the 28th, we're going to have this low pressure system dip down to bring some snow not far from the Grand Canyon, Salt Lake City, Logan, Utah, and maybe even a little snowfall not far from Helena, Montana. As we now get into later Saturday night, this low pressure system does dip down into the border of New Mexico and Texas, which will bring down the snowfall into New Mexico, into southern Colorado, and even the border with Mexico, actually. As we go into now Sunday, this is when it starts to, again, it's going to come down through the western coast, going to come down here, and it's going to dip. That's the usual pattern we see a lot through every year in these around the Christmas time. Actually, it's kind of a tradition, really. We're seeing. Actually, I want to actually just go back to here for a second. Maybe it's like a coincidence that happens a lot. Again, by Sunday, it does start to bring in some very heavy snow throughout western Nebraska, southern South Dakota, and then they're gonna start to bring some snow near Denver. But as we now get into Sunday, now this is when it's completely crazy. Look at the size of this system, guys. This is complete blizzard conditions. I'm not lying, guys. 989 millibars. Now, this is a massive system. It's such a dark blue. I need to use this yellow right here. I might even have to use this pink color as maybe. But look at this. Look at the size of this. It's crazy. Like, this is complete whiteout conditions. Like, I don't know how many times I can say that. It's just complete whiteout conditions for Omaha, Lincoln, Nebraska. Gonna have a lot more snow down to Minneapolis, Madison, Wisconsin, maybe Milwaukee. This is gonna be a massive, massive, massive system. As we now get into later Sunday, this is going to bring in blizzard conditions for Omaha, areas near northwestern and north central Iowa. More actually blizzard conditions now for Green Bay, Wisconsin, Eau Claire, Minneapolis, and St. Paul. We're going to see complete whiteout conditions, guys. This is not incredibly close from now. It's about a week from now. But again, it still could change, but also it might not change because stuff like this usually does. When it's a week out, it does play out. It's the opposite with the Southeast. Going to see incredibly heavy snow for Eau Claire, Duluth, Minnesota, St. Paul, Twin Cities, and even to Marquette. And going to see just a lot of snowfall. It's going to bring incredibly heavy snowfall. Look at this. This is crazy. This is all the way now into 240 hours. So this is when this is not even close to what it's going to look like. We're going to have a lot more snow. But again, this is what we have so far. But again, we're going to be seeing up to 68 inches of snowfall into Washington. Look at this. This is actually right here. That's not over here. This is not over here. That's actually over here. 68 inches of snowfall. Almost 5 feet of snow, guys. That is crazy. And that's what we're going to be seeing with this before and after snowfall for the before Christmas. Again, we're going to be seeing this huge band through the Sierra Mountains. And this system's going to dip a lot more to the south now. So we're going to get a lot closer to Las Vegas. A lot closer to Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Diego, of course, and the Sierras. We're gonna be seeing up to 20 inches to around 25 inches for Yosemite and South Lake Tahoe. We're gonna be seeing up to around a foot of snowfall not far from San Diego and Los Angeles in those Sierra Mountains in Southern California. Gonna see a ton of snowfall actually for South Central Nevada, actually up to 11 to 13, maybe even 17 inches throughout far eastern Nevada. Gonna be seeing up to around around a foot and a half for Flagstaff, Prescott. Gonna be seeing necessarily around 7 to 8 inches of snowfall, and then around 17 inches of snowfall throughout southwestern Utah, and then not much for Salt Lake City, maybe 4 inches, and then again we're gonna be seeing this massive part right here. Again, this is just only the half of this system right here. We're gonna have just a lot more snowfall. It's going to stretch all the way over here, but again, it's not yet that far out. But again, we're going to be seeing up to 9 inches already for Omaha and Lincoln, Nebraska. This is not even close. It's going to be a lot more higher. Looks like areas near Denver are going to be seeing around 3 inches. A ton of snowfall throughout northwestern Kansas, up to a foot of snowfall in southwestern Nebraska, up to 15 inches of snowfall. It already shows up to half foot of snowfall for Iowa, for Des Moines, up to 9 inches throughout for western Iowa. So yeah, this is crazy stuff. And then of course this is all fully updated. This is what it's basically showing, again, a lot higher snowfall totals. Again, we are going to be seeing incredibly heavy snowfall, again, way more than 4 feet out here, way more, as you can tell, for areas into northern Washington as well, with Olympia National Park. We're going to be seeing around 7 inches for Boise, Idaho. This is actually January 3rd, but I'm actually all the way over here. We got to get past Christmas. I do not know. So this is where we're going to be looking at. All right, we're going to be stopping right here. Okay, I don't know why I was at January 3rd, but again, and it's still up to more than 4 feet of snowfall throughout these areas, up to 3 inches for Boise, and up to 5 feet of snowfall throughout areas into northern California. We'll be seeing very, very, very close to the coast, up to, again, let's actually just go ahead into the regions really quick. Gonna be seeing a ton of snowfall throughout areas very, very close to the coast. 65 inches of snowfall throughout these areas, not far at all from the coast, up to 38 inches near Yellowstone, or not Yellowstone, South Lake Tahoe, and up to 17 inches throughout areas near Yosemite, up to around a foot of snowfall near Salt Lake City, and then around 7 inches near Logan, Utah. And then again, we're seeing some scattered areas throughout central and southwestern Utah, up to 13 inches of snowfall. Again, looks like Flagstaff will be seeing around 14 inches of snowfall, Prescott 6 inches, and then we'll have a lot of snowfall throughout southwestern Colorado as well. Now we're going to be looking at what the north centrals have to bring. This is going to bring a ton of snowfall as well, of course, up to 11 inches near Omaha, Nebraska. It looks like Lincoln, Nebraska, up to 8 inches, and we can see up to around 16 inches in these areas. We can see up to already, that's actually this GFS showing a lot less snow throughout Des Moines. Actually shows nothing for Des Moines, but does show around a foot for northwestern Iowa. Again, already up to 9 inches for Minneapolis, very likely around a foot of snowfall also throughout southern Minnesota, around a foot of snowfall throughout Michigan and Green Bay border, 8 inches for Wisconsin border, 8 inches to 10 inches for Green Bay, around 3 inches for Madison, Wisconsin, 11 to 13 inches for Eau Claire, again, Duluth, Minnesota, 9 inches, Twin Cities, 8 inches. This is a massive snowstorm, of course, so just want to keep you guys updated. Now I'm going to have I'm planning on maybe having a triple upload tomorrow. Don't know, but I'll try my best. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye, guys.